And surely we can't wait to enjoy those holidays in style. Now, for years, quilting has been a thing. And, of course, as the years have progressed, the interest in the craft has seemed to have died out a lot. But not for our guests in studio that join us this morning. We're talking to Betty and Jenny from the Good Hope Quilters Guild, an organisation that believes in keeping this hobby very, very much alive. In fact, they are all part of the Bloemhof Girls High School's Fynbos Quilt-In. That's taking place starting today until the 8th of October. Ladies, thank you very much for joining us this morning, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
My goodness, I'm looking at all these wonderful, colourful creations around, and my eyes are just absolutely dazzled. So give me a bit of a history on quilting, especially in South Africa. Where did it all start, and how did it get to South Africa?
Quilting started in the Middle Ages in Europe, and then it was transferred to the new countries, to America, Australia and South Africa. And it lasted, it's practiced more in America because it's a colder climate.
Oh, yeah.
And here we have started it up again since the 50s, the 60s, 70s, and now it's become an art form. But it is still a utilitarian exercise and very therapeutic.
Oh, very therapeutic as well. I can only imagine concentrating for long periods of hours making something like this must be very therapeutic. Maar jy is baie passievol hieroor. En hoekom sou julle sê dit so belangrik om stokperdjies vir skildwerk aan die gang te hou?
Dit hou jou weg van Prozac af. Dit is 'n verslawing, is 'n materiaalverslawing, maar dis 'n kreatiewe materiaalverslawing. So baie lekker.
Yeah. And tell me more about this, the annual Quilt-In. I asked why you called it the Quilt-In and not the Quiltathon or anything, and you said you just took out the one letter in it, where it's quilting, but it's just a Quilt-In.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big thing. You have the event every 2 years, I understand.
Yes, we have the event every 2 years. This year is our biggest event. We've got at least 150 delegates, and we've got a fabulous exhibition. We've had over 6 categories. We've had 83 quilts that have been judged by accredited South African quilt judges. And then we have a very exciting part of the exhibition, which is the Pan-African exhibition. And during this year, we twinned people across Africa with members of our guild, and each of them made a section of the quilt and then sent it to their twin. And then the twin worked on it.
Yes.
And now these quilts have come together, and we have 76. And we have quilters in South Africa, and quilters in Zimbabwe, in Namibia, in Kenya, and in Ghana. And we have interest of people who want to do the same again, from Egypt to Cape Town.
That's a brilliant way of getting people to connect across the continent.
Yes, and to see the different techniques that they've used and their skills, so it's been really exciting.
Are all these people coming together at the event? And
Some
twins?
of them arrived yesterday. Some are coming from Namibia and some from Zimbabwe.
That is fantastic.
And they're meeting their twin for the first time.
That is going to be such a reunion. Quickly tell me, if somebody wants to be part of the guild, wants to start off this beautiful hobby of quilting, where do I go? What do I do?
We've got, every 3 months, we've got a meeting at Northlink College, and it's normally the first or the second weekend of the month. But the best is to go on the website under Good Hope Quilters Guild, and you can see all the latest information on it.
Fantastic. But as you can see on your screen, for all intents and purposes, from today the 6th until the 8th of October, the Fynbos Quilt-In is happening at Bloemhof Girls High in Stellenbosch. Ladies, thank you very much for bringing this beautiful craft in here to us and educating us about it.
Only a pleasure.
Thank you, Chris.
There's still lots more to come on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Stay tuned. Look at this, it's so pretty.